Yeah, I'd like to have questions. Anybody got questions to? That's probably the toughest question to answer. It's probably the most asked question I get.
I'm sure.
I can tell you, it takes as long as it takes. Fastest I've ever built a saddle was 36 hours.
Wow.
From the time I started it to the time I went out the door. Hell, there was leather that wasn't even dry on it yet. The most time is somewhere approaching or around 800 hours. So, you know, pretty near everything I do anymore is full flowered. So I'll have anywhere between 250 to 350 hours in one.
Just on carving?
Well, not just on carving. That's construction
Oh.
and carving both. For every saddle, I draw the pattern fresh from start. You know, I've got saddle patterns till the world looks flat almost. But I never reuse them. I just build a new pattern and draw a new pattern for, each new one that when I start. I don't work off of many patterns as far as pattern cutting them. I have a pattern for the fenders, but everything else is fit. I put it on there and, well, this is what I want it to look like this time, as opposed to, something else. I approach this from an art aspect. I consider it functional art. First and foremost, they have to be functional. They've got to fit a horse. They've got to fit the rider. But then I want them to also be aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And so I do build some of my own trees. And then I do all my own silver for them. Build as we go. Like this saddle here, I'm kind of hung up. I've got to cap the rivets for the riggins and the breast collar D's. Yeah, and I haven't done it. I just have to. I'm busy working on bridal silver, and so I haven't taken the time to put silver caps on the rivets so that I can rivet my riggins in. Probably, like this saddle, it'll be probably a good 300 hours by the time I'm done with it. There for years and years and years, Wade was the primary style of tree that we used or built on. But I'm starting to saddle styles that while they don't change as often as ladies' fashion, they do change. We got into the Wades because of Ray Hunt, Buck Branham, and all the clinicians, and we will continue to build Wades. Most custom shops because of the clinicians in Buck and Joe Walter and Brian Newbert, Martin Black, guys like that. They ride them. The people go to their clinics because, whichever clinician they go to is riding a Wade, they'll go home and we want to emulate that person that we kind of look up to. I've often said that, in jest, but there's a lot of truth to it too. I said, you know, I'm glad that Ray Hunt and Tom Dorrance didn't ride bareback pads. Heck, I know guys that have never built a swell fork. They've been in this business for 10, 12, 15 years, never have made a swell fork. They've made a Wade saddle with a flat plate rigging and round skirts. End of story. It's starting to change, you know. The swell forks are coming back into vogue a little bit. Like I said, the Wade won't ever go away, but I'm starting to see more swell forks being ordered. I only take 3 at a time, so you know, I've got this one and one other swell fork left in this batch, and the one that I finished just prior to this one was a swell fork, so I had 3 in